Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved one. Sorry about the picture quality. I don't know what's going on here. It's a little, yeah, it's raining, it's dark here. So, anyway, I don't think I've read for you before, so I like to just say I hear, feel, see, sense, know. Um, they talk to me, but they also show me pictures, and I call it spiritual charades. I will describe the picture the best way I can. Um, they never waste a message. There's always a reason. So if you don't, it doesn't make any sense now. Uh-oh.
Here's a reminder. Say good morning.
Saying good morning. Anything that happens during a reading is for you. I don't know if you can hear that.
Here's a reminder. Say good morning.
She's saying good morning. So that will be, he's telling you good morning. I don't know. It just works that way. Anyway, you'll remember it later, you'll see it later, or somebody will validate it for you later. So just keep anything in mind that doesn't make sense now. This is not an exact science. Sometimes you got to think outside the box a little bit. We communicate the best way we can. So, I forget where I was going with it. I got off track. No, I don't have. I always have a cough. So we're going to talk to Duane. See what he's got to say this morning. Well, don't know what this is about. He's coming in with a bowl of popcorn and a bouquet of roses. So he's got popcorn, roses. He's walking in over here. He says, stay home, be safe. Stay home, be safe. Stay home, be safe. Yeah, he's moving. He's moving. I don't know why yet. So as I'm kind of just watching him, feeling him walk around, and he's walking very slow, just not like he's pacing or anything, but my light started flickering. So watch for any light in your house to flicker. It may turn off, it may turn on, it may just get dim and bright like this one's doing. It's very easy for them to manipulate electronic things because they're pure energy now. So that will be a sign from him. So any signs that he said that he's going to be bringing you, make sure you acknowledge him, validate him, tell him you love him, and ask him to bring you more if you want more. He's not saying it too much yet. He's just so he asked me to pull a card, which they do. They do that sometimes. Anyway, so I pulled one of my release cards, something you need to let go of. And it says surrender unhealthy relationships. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others, and to be surrounded by positive people. Sometimes the toxic person is yourself. I don't know if you can read that or not. It's pretty grainy because it's kind of dark in here. It's kind of dreary outside. Sometimes the way we talk to ourselves, sometimes the way we treat ourselves or we don't treat ourselves well enough is the unhealthy relationship. So just don't forget to tell yourself you love you. Go look in the mirror and say, I love you. So he's showing me that there's a young girl, and I'm guessing 4, 5, 6, I don't know, somewhere in there, young. and they play together. He plays with this little girl, and she sees him. She talks to him. She's babbling. So when you see her, she's got longer hair, lighter colored hair, a little jabberbox. Um, when you see her just talking to the air or playing with her imaginary friend, it's not an imaginary friend. It's Grandpa. And kids when they're that young, and animals, dogs and cats anyway, they can see them, they can hear them. It's no big deal. They know they're there. They're totally open to it. So she's jabbering away to him. She's handing him stuff. So you see her handing something to the air because she's playing with him. They're interacting back and forth. He's playing patty cake with her. She looks a little old for that, but they sit down and they actually have talks. So when you hear her just babbling to nothing or nobody, she's talking to him. And there's a lot of times I'll go to cleanse a house, and there might be something there we want to get rid of. But if there's grandparents there, unless the grandparents were an asshole, we leave them in the house. We tell Grandpa he's welcome. He's a good guardian for her. He would make sure that there wasn't anything, that shouldn't be around her. They're good to have around. He's kind of having trouble believing that I can see him. He's like really kind of looking at me like real skeptical, like, you can really see me? Nobody else can. So he's hanging back a little bit because he's not quite sure of the process. Not quite sure if he should talk to me. Usually I don't have that problem because they usually come in just a babbling, and they know they can trust me. He's showing me, I don't know if this is a memory from him or if you've recently done this or talked about getting in a canoe. Being in a canoe, it looks like maybe on a creek or a pond or something. Um, he's showing himself getting in it. I don't know, maybe he took you in a small boat. It looks more like a canoe though. He's getting in it. And then he's patting the seat next to him. Like he wants you to get in and sit down by him. So if you plan on getting in a canoe or a very small boat, know that he's going to be with you. Know that he's going to be sitting there with you. So I got this really weird feeling on my lower abdomen, kind of on the left side. I've never felt anything like that before. So I'm guessing that he's showing me that he had some kind of trouble down there, and it was like a weird feeling. It was almost like something moving inside, but it's over to the left, like maybe lower intestine or something. I don't I don't know. I've asked him not to show me how they passed because I had saw some horrific ones, and so I just really don't want to see that anymore. So I'm not sure what he's showing me with that. Now he's got a lariat rope, and he doesn't appear to be a cowboy. I'm not sure. I don't know what he's doing. He's just doing random things, but it's his show. He's allowed to show me anything he wants to within reason. So he goes into your kitchen, and he opens the refrigerator and he looks in there to see what you have to eat. Not just, he's doing like what my dad used to, not just to see if you got anything for him to eat, but if you have something to eat, if you have a full refrigerator, if you have enough for your family. He's going and looking in your cabinets. So you will hear this. If you haven't already, you will. Refrigerator door, kitchen cabinets. It's probably not going to be like very loud. It'll probably be very, very slight. Usually it doesn't happen when you're in the same room. It's usually like right when you walk out of the room or something, then you hear it. I was sitting here the other day and I heard my refrigerator shut. I don't know who it was. He's still in the kitchen puttering around. So you should be hearing noises in the kitchen. And like I said, they probably won't be very loud. Unless something falls off the counter. It's like he's showing a pan or something falling off the counter, like he pushed it off the counter. That's probably going to make some noise. He says he's going around checking on several people. There's an older lady about his age, and he goes and he pops in on her. I think she knows he's there, which is a little bit unusual because, people older than me, like my mom, they don't believe in this stuff. My mom thinks I'm batshit crazy, and I am. But this lady she senses that he's there, but she maybe doesn't know or admits that he's there. And it's just kind of like he just pops in for a second, checks on her, and leaves. I don't know if she would ever admit, but she's not scared by it. She's I would say older than me, but a lady that's well put together, that has her hair nice, that's dressed decent, decent. That's not quite the word I should use. Dressed a little nicer, or anyway. Hopefully you know who that is. He's talking about the grandstands, like the grandstands, like. And he's showing me Kansas Speedway, like that big a the grandstands with the announcers thing up there. So Kansas Speedway, that's NASCAR racing, but he's probably showing me a picture of that because that's something I've been to. So it could even be a fairgrounds. I feel more like it's a fairgrounds or something. He's not saying much. I can't make him talk. If he wants to just show pictures, we'll go with that. He's back to this little girl playing patty cake. He's mentioning a dog, a short-haired, kind of a reddish color, or or tannish or brownish, not dark brown, but I can't tell for sure what color it is. But anyway, it's short-haired, slick dog, and the dog, when it's sitting there, just wags. It sits there, but it wags its tail when it sees him. So the dog is acknowledging him. So watch the dog. The dog sees him. The dog knows he's there, and he likes him. Okay, Grandpa bends down and pats him on the head. And the dog's perfectly fine with it. I don't think the dog's going to bark at him. So it's pouring down rain here right now, and he's drawing my attention to the rain. I mean, it's pouring. And he's telling you that even when it's pouring down rain in your life, you need to be grateful. You need to find something to be grateful for. You need to acknowledge it. Okay, so I'm getting tickled back here. So know that like there's nothing there. Know that when you get this is my left shoulder. Some of these look backwards. So know that when you get that tickle that there's nothing crawling there. There's not a hair there, but that's him tickling you. So that's another way that you'll know that he's there. So not every single tickle is going to be that. Sometimes there might be a hair there, but make sure you validate him, acknowledge him. Now I'm getting tickled over here. And these feel kind of like a hair. So make sure you validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, ask him to bring you more. Give him permission. He said, I'm getting tickled back here. He's kind of liking that I acknowledge him. Believe me, when you acknowledge that you know that that's them, that that's a sign from them, it kind of opens floodgates. And then they go, oh, they get it. They finally get it that I'm there, that I've been, trying to tell them I'm there. And they'll bring you all kinds of signs and stuff. He likes my coffee. So the smell of coffee. You can be in the store, you can be in your car, you can be outside. You get a whiff of coffee, and okay, well this is vanilla coffee, so it might be a different kind of coffee because he's acknowledging the different. It's not just plain coffee. When you get that little whiff, there's another sign. You can be walking through the store, and unless they're making coffee, and smell that. It doesn't matter. Now he's singing the song with Folgers in your cup. Remember the words to the Folgers commercial song. Best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. So know that I'm muttering again. Must be the slow, dreary, rainy day. I'm kind of on slow mode too. So is he. He's like mellow. He's like peaceful. He's full of nothing but love for you. He's got no. It's not like he's the least bit worried about you or feels like he needs to guard you or check on you. He likes playing with the girl. I don't know if she's yours. He's bringing you all kinds of hugs and love and butterfly kisses. He's not really doing a lot of, well, other than rattling around in the kitchen, a lot of stuff in your house because he doesn't feel like he needs to. Other than to pop in and bring you love and play with this girl and the dog. He's happy. He's happy with stuff. I can't tell what he's showing me. Hang on. Did somebody in your family lose a baby or an infant? He's showing this baby that came to him, that he passed it on to the appropriate person, which would be it's an older female. Sorry, to make my head itch. An older female in your family. It's like the baby came to him and he acknowledged it, but yeah, that's not my job. That's not my deal. And then it went by him, even though it was there, to an older female who's taking care of it now, taking care of its soul. You want to say that? He's mentioned a horse for the third time. He's not showing me a picture of the horse. He just keeps saying horse. He showed me a pair of brown dress shoes, and then he showed me socks. I don't know. He's not explaining himself. I'm asking him a question, and he's not explaining himself. I am still there. I am still with you. I am still there. This is pretty cool. Didn't know we could do this. Not sure what I should be doing. How do I do this? Yes, he's all befuddled by this whole procedure, which usually they're all, oh, look, you can see me. But he's very unsure about it. Not scared of it, just unsure. Just tell her I love her. If you can, just tell her I love her. I want what's best for her. She's a beautiful person. She's happy and I want her happy. Peaceful. Upright. Heartfelt. Energetic. He's just throwing words out. He's talking about you. Can do no wrong in my eyes. I'm blessed that I have you. I'm thankful for your love. I'm glad you want to talk to me. It's time for you to go watch cartoons. And he's mentioning Tom and Jerry, but he might just be mentioning Tom and Jerry because that's a cartoon I know. I don't know the new ones. And Tweety Bird. There could be a reason why he's mentioning those particular cartoons. And he's waving, he's leaving. Says he doesn't have a lot to say. And that happens sometimes. Okay, he's holding a birthday balloon, so somebody, all right, just had or going to have. Going to have. Somebody's got a birthday coming up, like really, really soon, and he's acknowledging that. He'll be there. He'd be like the silent guy hanging back. Like when it comes time to blow out candles or whatever, he'll be back a little further, but he'll be there. Just know that I love you. Okay, my dear, he's leaving. It was a little quieter reading. They're usually not that quiet. So anyway, I can't twist their arm. Much love to you, my dear. Hope you have an awesome day. Stay safe. Stay safe, stay safe. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved one. Later.